Hi guys, Kimmy Grills here, makeup artist from Couture, and this is the start of my smoky eye tutorial. Now, this eye or this look is eyeliner optional. So right at the very end, I'm going to show you how you can make it a little bit darker, a little bit smokier if you do want to add eyeliner, but it is optional. So you don't have to be good at doing it, and you certainly don't need to use it at all if you don't want to. So my base, I'm going to start off with what I call linen, and I actually use this as my highlighter as well. So on the tops of my cheekbones here, on my nose and on my chin. So it's a really beautiful neutral color to use as a base. So I just pat it and then blend it out, right just on that mobile lid. Get a really nice base on there so that when you do the rest of your colours, they're all going to blend really beautifully. Now I take that up to sort of, I'm poking on my, the bone above my eye there, the occipital bone, so that when I do my darker colours, they're going to blend together much nicer because there's already a powder base there. I'm just going to do the other eye. It's really important too, if you've started with a base of foundation or CC cream or concealer or whatever, to just make sure that you've blended any creases out that you might get in your eyelids before you start it. So once again, I'm patting and then blending out those edges, and you just want to make sure that you're not ending up with lines along your eyelid from wiping one way and then not wiping back the other way, because if you wipe back the other way, you'll fill them all in, which is exactly what you want to do. Now, to do this smoky eye, I'm going to take a tiny little bit of that leftover product and just put it underneath my eye on that inner corner, and you'll see why later. It just goes underneath in that corner. Now this is probably my second favourite eyeshadow in the range, and it's called Smoke, and it's a really beautiful, almost pewtery sort of colour, and it looks quite light in the eyeshadow pan, but it comes out quite dark. I use this quite often for brides, and it's really beautiful. So once again, I get some of the product on my brush, and then I'm dispersing the product in amongst the bristles in the lid there. And I'm just going to literally start from that outer corner and do tiny little strokes into the center. And then I'm going to do 45 degree angled strokes up, and then I'm going to follow that socket line in. So same again, I'm putting my brush into the product, and I'm just going to build this up until I'm happy with that colour. So just follow that socket line. So I'm almost, following, like I think I said it in my last video, almost like I'm trying to poke the back of my eye. So at the moment, that looks a little harsh, but that's okay because I'm going to blend that out. So I'll just do this one as well. So this second eye, I'll always, if you do get stuck, you can always pause the video and replay it, but I'll always do this second eye a little quicker because I'll explain everything on the first one. I'm just building that colour up to the point where I'm happy with it. So once again, that side looks a little harsh too, and this side, look, it does actually look darker, but I think that's just the shadow from the window. that's just the shadow from the window. Now, I'll show you that at the end. There's another really simple little look I'm going to show you right at the end. Actually, no, I'll make another video for that look. Taking the same smaller brush, I'm going to get a darker colour again. It's called Cabernet, it's really pretty. And I'm actually going to mix that with a little bit of another colour that was in a palette at Christmas time. It's sort of like a khaki colour. It's really nice. So just blending the two. But you can pick any dark eyeshadow colour really. You just take your pick. Pick something that complements your eye colour. That's usually the best way to do it. And I'm just taking, once again I'm doing really short strokes and dispersing that product in the lid again. And that way too, if you disperse the product in the lid, you don't end up with as much fallout underneath here and you're not having to wipe it off constantly. So as you can see, I haven't actually put any eyeshadow under here yet, but just because of a little bit of the fallout from what I've put up the top, there's that natural sort of line that's occurring underneath here, which is really nice, makes it kind of natural. So I'm just going to use the bigger brush again, and I'm just going to blend out that darker colour. Using little circular strokes and then that half moon stroke into my socket. Now, what I'm going to do, if I can find my angle brush, just going to get some of this darker colour, the Cabernet, on an angle brush. And I'm dispersing that product through the lid again, like that. And I'm going to almost put it on like eyeliner. So I'm just following that lash line across. And once again, this, you know, you don't need to be completely precise with it. And you just build up the colour as much or as little as you like. So that might be enough for some people, especially once you put mascara on. But I do like a good smoky eye, so I'm going to put a little more on. So as you can see, I'm not being overly precise with it, and I think that's part of the beauty of a smoky eye. Your blending is really important, but you don't have to be overly precise. Once you get to the end and you're just sort of building up that colour at the base of your lashes, you don't need to be super careful with where it goes. So I'm just going to build up that colour again a little bit more on this side, and then I'm done. So that's pretty well it. Depending on what sort of eye shape you've got, you can take this dark area out a lot further and it'll actually open your eyes up a little more. Take it out, it's almost like you're trying to extend your eyelashes out. But I kind of like that on me. It's really subtle but pretty. Now this is the optional part. If you do want to, you can use an eyeliner pencil, and all you're going to do is just smudge it along that lash line. Just be careful not to put too much on because you don't want to undo the subtleness of what you've just done. And then I'm just going to take an angle brush. I'm just going to smudge that line. So it's kind of messy but refined at the same time. So that's the difference. So this is obviously a little bit darker, and this one with just the eyeshadow is a little bit lighter. I kind of like the darkness, especially if you're going out at night, because makeup always seems to just look more polished if it's a little darker, I think. Depends what you're wearing, I guess. I'm just smudging that side out again. So it's not overly neat, but it's smudged on there, which I like. Last step. Eyelash curler, that's okay. This is going to do a great job anyway. So last job is just to put lashings and lashings of mascara on. Now when I do my mascara, I don't know if any of you have noticed before, I put my mascara right to the base of my eyelashes and then I zigzag it out. What that does is just, it rotates the lashes it rotates the lashes as you're putting it on, and it helps to fully coat the lashes. Let's get that bit off there. So that you're not having to do 2 or 3 coats, because I find I like to do lots of little coats while the mascara is still wet or damp at least, because otherwise I kind of find that no matter what the brand is on my lashes, they tend to go clumpy. So, it's just watering a little. So I tend to work quite quickly when I put my mascara on, just so that it's not drying too quickly and I don't end up with clumpy lashes then. Now you probably noticed that I haven't put eyeliner on the bottom lashes, or the bottom lid. I don't usually tend to. If I do anything, I'll get some dark eyeshadow and put some dark eyeshadow on underneath, purely because I feel that eyeshadow doesn't move as much as what eyeliner does, especially if it's summer and you're out dancing the night away. Yeah, I just feel like eyeshadow, I think probably because it's a slightly drier product, it doesn't move as well, which is a good thing. So that's it. Like I said, that last step with the eyeliner is optional. You don't have to do it, but yeah, I like eyeliner. But it all depends on whether or not you're good at it too. But practice makes perfect. So if you're not good at eyeliner, put a face of makeup on tonight. And if you're not going anywhere, that's all right, take it off. It makes you feel good for half an hour or an hour, have a play around. But that's what it's all about, is just practicing and getting to know what's good for your skin and what you're capable of doing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave any comments or feedback in the comments section, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks.